It's Tuesday, March 23rd? Sure. 2021. And Tuesday is the worst day of the week. And here at the McTaggart Attack Podcast, on Tuesdays, from now on, I'm going to be talking about the worst things to me. The worst things that I find the worst. So that's what we're doing. I've done a few other Tuesday are the worst episodes, but now we're officially doing Tuesday is the worst. And the first contribution to this week's Tuesday is the worst is Kevin Smith's movie Tusk. Let me explain why I'm bringing it up. Because I was scrolling through TikTok one night a month or so ago, and I saw this clip of a movie of this couple. By the way, there's going to be spoilers here. I should point that out. I talked about Justice League in my last episode, and I didn't say spoilers. So this one is gonna. There's spoilers, and you're welcome. And so, I saw this clip of this couple throwing a fish to a walrus, and the walrus kind of looked like a human being, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I looked in the comments of the TikTok video to see what the fuck was that, and it was the movie Tusk, Kevin Smith's horror movie. So I googled it, and I looked it up on Wikipedia to read the description, and I wished I hadn't. I read the plot on Wikipedia, and it still haunts me to this day. And I'm going to tell you what the fucking plot is. This guy goes to Canada for his podcast to find this story, and the story he finds, something happens, and he has to find another story to do for his podcast. And he meets this old guy at a house who has this story that he wants to tell him, and it's about how a walrus saved his life, and the guy drugs the older guy drugs the guy, and essentially turns him into a walrus. Not with like a magic wand, poof, you're a walrus. No. He amputated both of his legs and mutilated him and stuffed him in a human skin walrus suit, turning him into a walrus, conditioned him into being a walrus. And there's a fight scene at the end of the movie. Meanwhile, his girlfriend and his co-host of the podcast are looking for him. I think Johnny Depp is one of the guys. I don't know. Haven't seen the movie. I've only seen a few clips, and I've read what happened in Wikipedia. I might watch the movie, but I don't want to watch this movie. Because it's horrifying. To me, it was haunting. It was creepy as hell. So, there's a confrontation at the end because the old guy is now wearing a walrus suit and he wants to fight Justin Long, who is the walrus, who's now the walrus. And they have a fight to the death, and Justin Long wins. And he's a walrus. And 1 year later, the scene that I saw on TikTok, they go visit him because he's still a walrus. That's what there was nothing they could do. I guess they couldn't unwalrus him because he thought he was a walrus, apparently. Fucking horrifying. So it's the worst. It's the worst. It's just the worst. It's been haunting me for like the past couple weeks. I watched more clips of it on YouTube. Haunts me even more. I think I want to watch the movie. Maybe that'll get me out of this funk of this movie stuck in my head. Because like I was reading reviews of it and people were saying that it's actually pretty funny in parts. I'm like, what's funny, really? So I've only been seeing clips of like the horror stuff, the unfunny, horrifying shit. So I'm gonna chance it and watch the movie to catch the funny stuff. Is there funny stuff? I don't know. Do I want to risk it? I don't know. Probably yes. What the fuck? That's just horrifying. Like, my God, to like being someone who will meet guys at houses and stuff for things. The last thing I want to do now is meet somebody at their house. Because they might offer me tea, which will drug me and turn me into a fucking walrus. I would have just drowned. I would have honestly just drowned in the pool. I would have been like, fuck it. No. I'm not living this way. No. I don't think so. Maybe I would. I guess, I don't know. I guess you'd have to be in the situation, but no. No. Fucking horrifying movie. Even though I haven't actually watched the movie. I've probably seen a grand total of 15 minutes of this movie. And I don't want to see the other however many minutes are in this movie. I don't know. I didn't even look to see how long the movie is. Because it's just fucking horrifying. It's been haunting me for weeks. And I just think it's the worst. And I thought I would share it with all of you in this first edition of Tuesday is the Worst. And what's the worst? The movie Tusk. What other thoughts did I have about this movie? Oh, apparently Johnny Depp is in the movie, but I haven't really seen the movie, so I don't really know. I think from what I understand, he is in the movie. I guess it's a trilogy, but the other two movies aren't as horrifying as Tusk. But here's a question for everybody. Feel free to answer it in the comments or whatever. Justin Long, the actor Justin Long, is the guy who gets changed into the walrus. In Jeepers Creepers, he gets snatched by the monster at the end of the movie, and the monster kills him and rips out his eyes to wear as his own. In Drag Me to Hell, his girlfriend was trying to battle a curse, and she thought she beat the curse, but she didn't, and she ended up actually getting dragged to hell at the end of the movie, so he's watching his girlfriend get dragged to hell. And then in Tusk, he gets turned into a walrus. I guess, to me, I think getting mutilated and turned into a walrus would probably be the worst thing, because then you'd have to be a walrus for the rest of your fucking life. I think getting killed by Jeepers Creepers guy would probably be the second worst thing, and watching your girlfriend get dragged to hell wouldn't be so bad. But what's your three? How would you rank them? Let me know on social media or on Twitter at McTaggart Attack, or email me, or leave a comment in the video. Right? Yeah. But yeah, it's just fucking horrifying. I might see it, which might make me want to do another podcast, but like I think talking about it will help me get it out of my head, and that's why I'm doing this podcast today. So go look up the movie Tusk. And then it haunt your thoughts and dreams for the rest of your fucking life. Tuesdays are the worst. But so is the movie Tusk. Thank you so much for watching and or listening to the episode today. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to let me know what you thought. And that's the bottom line. If you smell what the McTaggart Attack Podcast is cooking.